All right, here we are, another video on the Exsurgo performance system. This time we are talking about the RFD interval data feature. So what is that? Well, let's just jump right into it and take a look. Here we are in an athlete player one, and we're gonna take a look at a belt squat combo here. We click on that, and then you get this cool graphic plot. The plot thickens. So you'll see here there's individual data points, and at each one of these, it will tell you what the timestamp is. It'll tell you what the force output is in newtons. You can then scroll around and look at key parts based on the time below. Now, that is pretty cool, but this is where it gets really cool. This is stuff that we had before. Right here, it shows you what degree the effort was performed at, but then it shows you the total time in seconds, the maximum kilograms for that duration, maximum newtons, and then newtons divided by seconds. Then this is timestamp, 100 milliseconds, 200 milliseconds, and 300. All well and good, right? But this is something that people had asked for. 0 to 100, what was the force? 0 to 200, what was the force? 0 to 300, what was the force? What was the delta force between 0 to 300? What's the delta in time? And then the delta RFD. Then this was done for individual time stamping as well, 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 150, and so on, giving a bit more insight into the area under the curve, right? So this is just a max out belt squat, kind of neat. It was slow strength, but let's jump into say something, let's scroll all the way down here to a specific RFD type effort. We'll go with this one, isometric mid-thigh pull RFD. This RFD, we call it that because the intent of this assessment is to push, pull, exert force, hard and fast. You know, we want to see this super sharp slope here. We then use this and divide it by the max strength from the isometric mid-thigh pull in the data analysis, the RFD strength analysis, strength to body weight ratios. But what's super neat here, let's go. 0 to 100, 720 newtons of force. 0 to 200, 1824. 0 to 300, the total 300 milliseconds. That tracks because here we have 194 kilograms at 0.2375 seconds, which is 237 milliseconds. Here you have the max newtons. That is the same. Then you get down here into the individual increments. If you follow along, and we know that it was 1906, and that was in between 200 and 250 at 237. So that's right there. And you'll see that actually the massive amount of force going up was in the 100 to 150 millisecond range. Now, this is not 1,000 hertz device. The G strength is not 1,000 hertz device. But the information that we're getting from this, from the G strength, from being able to see more of the interval data of our RFD efforts, you know, I mean, unless you're doing academic high-level research, these numbers are painting a pretty clear picture. We'll have to do some comparisons to using actual force plates to determine how well this tracks. But initial look says, hey, this is pretty dang good. So do the best you can with what you have. That's what we've done. You know, that's who we are at Exsurgo Technologies. Always looking for the smartest way to do something that doesn't break the bank, right? Using metrics that matter. We don't need 1,700 data points to confuse us. We literally need to look at a few things and those changes, because that's what proper strength and conditioning is. Take a few measurements, work on some stuff, test again, see if we're getting better, and see how the athletes feel and see how they play their sport. Did they get better? So there you go. Metrics that matter, using the G strength, the Exsurgo performance system with our new RFD interval data feature. Looking pretty cool, looking pretty good. Hope you had fun. Enjoy it.